Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back reacting to another episode of Bridgerton. This is season 5, episode 6. It is called Swish. First off, if you're new to this channel and you're wondering what happened to episodes 2 through 4, they're currently blocked by Netflix, so that's fun. They got blocked, all 3 of them at the same time. I disputed that, but you know, if that gets denied, I'll have to trim those down, and I'll probably just link to like Vimeo or something in the description. So if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what's up with those, that's your info. But other than that, back to this episode. So, how do I describe my feelings heading into this episode? So, last episode it ended with an extended lovemaking scene, which I expressed some mild, maybe not discomfort is not the right word, awkwardness. I thought it was a little awkward how long it was. And, and my comments told me that I should prepare myself for this episode. I was told by multiple people to prepare myself a stiff drink. I don't drink the alcohols, so I thought the next best thing would to get this vitamin water. Appropriately, the flavor is XXX, so I think that judging based off of what I was told to prepare for should be appropriately themed. Yeah, I assume there's gonna be lots of the segs doing the segs in this episode. I don't know what else to say, man. They just got married. They're gonna be on a honeymoon, probably. Did they do honeymoons back then? Probably, right? What else? Penelope, Marina, and Colin, they're in this kind of like triangle thing. During the last episode, I was kind of more on the side of Marina, where I was like, dude, Penelope, don't sabotage this. But then I've also had some time to think about that, and I'm like, she is kind of like trapping him into a relationship. Like, you know, like if I thought about this in current times of like someone being like, hey, you're about to have a kid, and you're like gonna force this man to believe that it's his child, that's a little shady. And so, you know, Penelope's probably doing the right thing of being like, hey, maybe don't do that to my friend. But also she has some ulterior motives of like, she wants him herself. And then I think those are like some of the bigger things that I remember / wanted to talk about. But yeah, so we're going to jump into episode 6, which is probably going to be full of the Pound Town population, those two. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video, and please consider subscribing. That means a lot, helps my videos get seen more. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, or if you just want to support me in general outside of YouTube, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the it is linked in the description. It usually takes me a few days after posting the actual YouTube video to get those uncuts up, just because sometimes I'm lazy and I have a real life and like a job and stuff, so I apologize for the delay on those. Yeah, otherwise I think that's enough self-promo for me. You guys don't want to hear me talk, you just want to see me watch this show. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, here we go.
The honeymoon.
This house looks dope. I wish I lived here.
Is there a more romantic notion? To retreat from society together, finally leaving watchful eyes behind.
I don't know. Going out in public together? Letting everyone know this is my girl?
I have planned everything to make you both comfortable. First a light meal served on the terrace, then a tour to show you all the improvements I have made. And
I'm
then
sure it will be most diverting, Mrs. Coulson, but I'm afraid it will have to wait.
Why?
I have plans of my own for my new bride.
Like, what's cooler than a tour? Yo, that's so... Oh, man. He gets to live here?
I would like to make a small but rather important announcement. I have happy news to impart. I have asked Miss Marina Thompson to be my wife, and she has accepted.
Wow. Yeah, maybe not the best decision there, dude. Think you'll regret that. Oh yeah, he kind of just didn't tell his family. So that's fun.
You barely know the young lady. What on earth do you think? The truth is, I do not require your permission to marry Miss Thompson, but I would very much prefer to have your blessing.
Then I'm afraid I must disappoint you.
You have. In more ways than one.
Oof. I mean, Colin, the more I think about it, you're probably making the wrong decision there, dude. So maybe don't. I don't know. The guided tour. Oh, those were boobies.
You yourself said that she was most intimidating when I stay.
Wasn't expecting that.
Not as over this room.
Yeah, she prepared that tour. You guys should probably go on it. You know, she seems like a nice lady.
Indeed, Your Grace.
Yo, Daphne, let this lady do her job.
You wish to redecorate? Certainly, Your Grace.
Okay, Melania. You can't just come into this fancy old house and change stuff. You'll never go in there.
Your Grace?
This is lovely. Is anything wrong?
You're so far away.
Well, that is easily remedied. It's no trouble, truly.
This is what I'd do. I'd just be like, alright, let's sit by each other.
Oh, do not jest. You must have fond memories.
He absolutely does not.
Sentimental attachment.
He was emotionally abused here.
Home for many years. Does this meet your approval?
Oh, without question.
Everyone else standing there's got to just be like, yeah, that guy. Should we be in this room?
Should we?
Yo, you're not even gonna eat the food they made? They made all that food for you guys. Super disrespectful. You should go inside. Is that a crypt? Yo, a servant's gonna have to go find their clothes in the rain to make sure they don't get all muddy and gross, because those are probably expensive clothes. Is this Taylor Swift? Is this? What's the name? Is this 17? No, this is something else.
Tell me what you want.
Just waiting. No, it's not. What is the title of the song? I know it's Taylor Swift, but what is it? Oh, I didn't even realize what's happening on screen. Pull-out game strong again. Good job. That looks so uncomfortable to wear.
Does that hurt?
Okay. What is this song? Red lips and rosy cheeks. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Is that in the library? That is a library. Yo.
Look at all the stuff they
Yeah, the staff has to clean this place. That's what matters. And they're listening.
Oh, good morning.
Morning, brother.
Colin, your engagement is in Westwood.
Hyacinth.
Yo, what if they weren't done with their meal?
It is all happening so quickly.
All of her children are
I'm sure I've ever seen you so soft.
leaving the house.
No one ever takes me seriously.
I'm sure all of our fortunes are about to change.
Especially Colin's.
Savage.
You look very lovely today, Penelope.
Do not mock me.
Ooh. Okay. We're just gonna have it out right here.
Between the two of them, they really will make the most beautiful baby.
He is not the father. You dunderhead.
Oh my goodness, I clean forgot.
Do not laugh at him. She makes a fool of him already.
You are no fun anymore.
Yo, you guys suck.
Perhaps you might find another tailoress more to your liking across town.
That reminds me, you have such a unique accent, and yet I've never asked where in France you're from. Ma mère était française, vous savez. Et je ne suis pas bonne par votre numéro. Je n'aimerais pas que l'artisan de bon temps se rende compte ici.
Oh, snap. Snap. You, conniving lady. It's called blackmail.
And what is the prize of the winner?
Why, slaughter, of course.
They get murdered.
That I've decided
There are no winners. It's a tie.
that all three pigs have died.
Kill them all.
I hereby decree every pig such a winner that none should be slaughtered.
No, see, the thing is, those people need food. So should probably kill them anyway.
Oh my goodness, I must apologise, Your Grace. Little Ada has just discovered her own voice and likes to use it as often and loudly as she can.
Oh, please stand. You should.
Oh, he doesn't want to have kids. He's like, put that thing down right now. Put that thing back where you found it, or so help me. Monsters, Inc.
You will be a splendid aunt. It thrills me.
Yeah, but she wants to be a
as much
mom.
about married life as it is. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
This plan of yours, I find it wanting. Deceiving Colin is one thing, but being at close quarters with his mother, that is quite another. Lady Bridgerton is shrewd. She has had 8 children. Trust she knows when she's being managed.
True.
What were your favourite pastime?
Colin is still very young. I believe a lengthier engagement would be prudent. Excellent weather notwithstanding. Mother,
Everyone there is just pissed off. They're like, yo, Colin, what are you doing, dude? Okay, you're bad at singing. You need to stop. Shut up. Shut up. It was like the TikTok videos where everyone's purposely singing bad.
Her heart belongs to another.
What?
His name is Sir George Crane. He's a first son, a soldier. They grew up in neighbouring properties in the country. I am sorry, Colin, but I have seen their love letters. I felt you should know before it was too late.
Why don't you tell him that she's Pringles can?
Son, this was no mere flirtation. Marina loves this man. She loves him still.
and yet she's marrying me. Trust me, Pen. Do
Yeah,
not fret.
think with your dipstick.
Mine and Marina's. We understand each other.
Think with your dipstick, laddie.
Scotland. Gretna Green. I know it is mad, but we could be married within a matter of days.
No. Colin. Now I don't like Marina. Quit trying to entrap this man. Force him to raise a child that's not his.
I will ensure everything is done properly. I shall keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mrs. Coulson.
AKA, she thinks you're doing a bad job of everything, and she'll show you how it's done.
I would gladly take one if I had means to carry it home.
Then we are determined to walk with you.
Oh, no, I insist.
No.
It's 8 miles to her house.
Perhaps I might ask your opinion on something. I feel that I have done something to offend the village.
It was the pigs.
Oh, it was the pigs. I knew it.
You said that all 3 pigs won. It is tradition that the winner is allowed to supply pork to Cliveden for the next year. Oh, it's a great number of pigs indeed. When you could not choose a winner, no farmer won the contract, nor the income to go along with it.
Well, which pig farmer's the nicest? Pick him. Yo, screw that maid lady for not, like, not giving her any advice. Just straight up being like, I'll do everything correct. Instead of just telling her, hey, this is how you could improve.
The late Duke must have loved his wife very much.
Mm.
She struggled so after her death.
No.
Was it not a happy marriage then?
Nah, she was just a body. She was a vessel for his heir.
Everyone talked as though it was her fault, but how could they know that? It's not always the woman who is barren. Sometimes it is the man's fault, of course.
See, Penelope's the smart one. All these shows I watch, anytime someone's sneaking, they always have like their loud shoes on the wooden floor. It's like, what are you doing? Penelope takes her shoes off. She's like, I know how to sneak. Bag packed, ready to go. Is she gonna give those to Colin? Or are these the fake letters that the mom wrote?
That last letter. The one where he broke your heart.
It's a lie.
It's a forgery. Marina. George never wrote those things to you. He never denied loving you. He never denied your child.
Perhaps.
Marina.
Even if you are correct, this changes nothing.
Yo, Marina. She just want that status, girl. Wasn't it like 3 episodes ago? You're straight up telling Featherington that you're totally cool with being poor, but you're not.
But what of him? What of Colin?
You love him.
What?
No, it makes sense now. Your objection. I believe I know so much more than you, Pen.
Rude.
Of Colin, of the world. If I am to be the executioner of this childish infatuation, then so be it. Your love is an unrequited fantasy.
You think you know more about Colin than her? I feel like they've been friends for a super long time. Screw you, Marina. Penelope, tell everybody. Write in your gossip column that she is straight hoe. And she's trying to entrap Colin. You could end it all if you chose. Okay. You're gonna knock all this stuff off the desk, dude. Alright, that was... You get shot or something? Yo, what are you doing, Daphne? Girl?
How does a woman come to be with child?
Okay, see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, we've explained this, Daphne. Come on.
Explain it to me. Precisely.
When the sperm swims, and there's an egg, and it kind of just attaches, and then fertilizes the egg, and then a baby. So that is the entire, from front to back, every single step. Don't question it. That was the whole biological process right there. Zygotes, booty.
You may return to the house. I wish to walk away.
Yo, someone could totes kidnap you if you're walking alone. Easily ransom you for tons of money. Where's the Secret Service when you need them? They wouldn't let this happen. To be fair, he did say that he couldn't give her children, but like she didn't like ask him to elaborate, but he could have been more clear. She's got an agenda. Look at her eyes open. She knows she's doing something on purpose. Don't look at me. Oh, she's not going to give you an opportunity to pull out. Just yeets her. Kills him. If this was a spy movie, she'd kill him right there. Look at that vindictive look in her face.
You lied to me. I trusted you. I trusted you more than anyone in this world.
I told you I cannot give you children.
Cannot and will not are two entirely different things.
Yeah.
You chose this for yourself. You took my future from me. The one thing I wanted more than anything.
Okay, you also...
You knew that becoming a mother one day...
You entered into this...
One day you knew that was all I ever wanted.
As well.
You do not lie to the one you love.
You can be a little more understanding here.
Humiliate the one you love. I may not know much.
Come on now. Come on. You know it's not that black and white. Swang together. What's wrong, Penelope?
As if the Featheringtons did not have enough to be dealing with, Miss Marina Thompson is with child.
So Penelope is the lady of whatever. Lady Whistledown. Sucks to suck. That's what happens when you try and entrap people.
But I ask you, can the ends ever justify such wretched means?
Maybe. Oh no, it's the end of the episode. Come on now. Can't believe it ends like that. Okay. So that episode was not as bad as I was expecting when people were like, prepare a stiff drink, it's just smashing. I feel like the sex scenes in this episode were a lot less intimate than the last episode. I think that was what made me feel awkward about the last episode, is it was just like, it was so intimate and extended. It was like a 5-minute sex scene. I feel like while there were multiple scenes of somewhat similar nature in this episode, they were all very short and weren't like super intimate, if that makes sense. So this episode was not nearly as uncomfortable as the last one. But you know, it was also only like the first half of that episode. So okay, what went down? So these people stroll up. These people, the Duke and Duchess stroll up to their new town, and they're like ready. The maid lady is like, I have a whole itinerary planned. Like I've been ready. Like I've got a whole tour. Everything's set up. Like let's go. And they're like, no, we're gonna have sex instead. It's like, okay, come on now. There's business matters to attend to. But then we cut to Colin disappointing his family. Classic. He's like, we're getting married, and they're like, no, no, you're not. And those are the two big storylines in this episode. Is Daphne and Simon on their honeymoon, and then Colin and Marina and Penelope dealing with their engagement announcement back home. Let's talk about Daphne and Simone and Pumbaa a little bit, shall we? So they get to this town, and it's just like everything's set up in like a specific way, like things are ready to go. Table set up. It's all kind of somewhat based off of what the last person wanted. I think it was either his dad or like whoever they set up to run the estate after his dad died. And right away Daphne's like changing things. She's like, I think I might redecorate. And it's like, okay, Melania, let's just redecorate the White House. No, it's not how that works. This is like an established building. You don't just change stuff. You can move your chair to the other end of the table. That's fine. But yeah, right away she does not start off on the best of terms with the staff, because they're like, yo, we have an established order and you're coming in trying to change stuff? I don't think so. Meanwhile, like, her and Simon are just ignoring all responsibilities, being like, let's just smash everywhere. Who cares what the staff thinks? The staff cares what the staff thinks. They have to clean that place. The maid that just went through and dusted the library now has to go through and clean your sweat marks off the table. Like, come on. So they're just having sex a lot because they're on a honeymoon. And you have to know that at some point, like, things are not going to end great. Like, you had to know. Like, it wasn't going to end perfectly. Because, they've made a point to show pretty much every time that they have sex that Simon, his pull-out game is strong. Like, he pulls out early, and he's like, all right, I'm going to just do my deed over here. And she notices, she's like, does that hurt? And he's like, no. But, and then she notices enough to where it's not just like a normal thing. She's like, then has to ask her maid friend, like, how are babies made? It's like, I get that it's the whatever 1800s or whatever it was. They should maybe learn a little bit before they enter into this thing. So she doesn't know the biology of how children are created, and zygotes and chromosomes and DNA and all that jazz. She isn't aware that the sperm needs to go into the woman to make a baby, and so she's just like, oh, she thinks it's this thing of like, oh, he's just impotent probably. And then she talks with the maid after she refuses to crown any pig the winner, and the whole town hates her, and she's like trying to she's just trying to like hash things out with the head maid, and she's like, sometimes it's the man who has bad seed. And I think that was where she was like, bad seed, like, what does that mean? And then she noticed again after they had sex in the study, where he was like, he took a napkin and finished into that. And then so she had to ask her friend, like, how does this work? And then it was like, if this was a spy movie at the end, where she's like having sex with him, riding him, like, if this was a spy movie, she would have pulled a knife out from like her stocking or whatever, and then just like slit his throat. And then, like, contract done, she wins. She goes and gets the money. But no, this time she was just like, I'm getting this baby. Like, this baby is mine. I'm getting it. To which then she confronts him and is like, you lied to me. That's somewhat true, but not like... he didn't tell the whole truth when he was like, I can't give you kids. Okay, it's very complicated because he straight up was willing to die. Like, he was willing to just get straight up shot to not take away her dream. And she interrupted that. And then he was like, I can't give you kids. And but he didn't like, if he straight up would have been like, I won't give you kids, maybe she would have been a little more like, okay, this isn't happening. But no, she was like, we're getting married. You're enough. Like, I can get over not having kids if I love you. Which evidently is not true, because she believes that he straight up lied to her and like tricked her. Which is not quite the truth. Like, he didn't tell the whole truth, but she also did not make any effort to probe further into that. Like, partly because she didn't know how babies were made. You know, educate women, please, and men. Educate everybody. Educate the masses. You know, a more educated society is a better society. So, like, it's kind of on both of them. Just an overall lack of communication there has now led to an unhappy marriage. Like, can she petition to get out of that? Like, I don't think that would be smart for her, because then she goes back on the dating circuit or whatever. Everyone's gonna be like, you couldn't cut it with the Duke. Like, I'm not picking you. So I feel like she has to stay in this marriage. Like, she can't get divorced or anything like that. It's just gonna be an unhappy marriage. Eventually they're gonna have to talk it out, and he's just gonna have to accept the fact that he's gonna have kids. And, you know, maybe she should learn a little bit more about how he was, like, his reasoning for not wanting to have kids. I don't know. I feel like just a whole lot more talking to each other could fix all of this. And then, yeah, the other storyline with Penelope and Colin and Marina. So, yeah, Colin announces he's getting married, and his whole family's like, excuse me? Like, when did this happen? His mom's pissed. Like, if I announced I was getting engaged and my mom found out in that moment, she would be like, we're gonna sit down and have a chat. One, never met this girl. Two, you didn't talk to me at all. Like, come on. Like, talk to your family, Colin. What are you thinking, bud? And, you know, he's talking to his mom like he's gonna be leaving town, like moving away, like, oh, you'll have your hands full with Eloise, like, good luck with that. I'm gonna go live my life. And she, you know, she's part of it is like, one, she didn't know, so she's caught off guard, and then two, like, her children are straight up leaving. Like, Daphne was like, I'm getting married, see ya, moving to the country. And then he's like, I'm getting married, see ya, I'm moving away as well. So, like, her family is leaving her. That's not fun. Penelope obviously upset, partly because she's in love with Colin, and then partly because you know, Marina's straight up just like, I'm doing this. Like, I don't, like, Marina, you know, last episode I was on Marina's side being like, Penelope, don't ruin this. But no, straight up, screw Marina. She's like, I don't care if he knows it's his kid or not. Like, I'm doing this, and he's a good man. He won't throw me out on the street. And it's like, he probably should throw you out on the street. You should die in a gutter. Actually, that's pretty harsh, but yeah, Penelope's upset. She's, you know, she's making snide comments here and there. Anytime they're talking, she's like, no, like, this isn't gonna happen. I'm not gonna pretend to be happy about this. Either to her family or to Marina or Colin. She's like, I'm not on board with this. He's my friend, and I'm in love with him, and I think what you're doing is wrong. And it is wrong. Marina's straight up trying to force Colin to raise a child that isn't his by lying to him. And she's like, everyone, some, like, on Daphne and Simon's side, she thinks he lied to her, even though, I mean, not quite, but kinda, a little bit. But on this side, she straight up is lying. Like, she is fully willing to entrap this man into this life. Part of it based on a lie of, like, you know, the mom being like, hey, this one George guy doesn't love you anymore. So she's willing to like join that, and Penelope even tells Colin, she's like, hey, she loves another man, and he's like, well, I mean, to be fair, I've flirted with lots of girls too. That's not a huge deal. But now he's gonna learn. He gonna learn today. So Penelope decides to do a little sneaky. She takes her shoes off like a pro. She knows how to sneak. Did they have socks back in the day? She could have put some socks on to be even more quiet, but she didn't. That's fine. But she at least didn't wear her loud ass shoes walking around on the wood floor like everybody else does, trying to sneak around like the mom and the maid wearing their clanky shoes. In the previous episode, Penelope knows how to sneak, which I think speaks to what we learn at the end of the episode, which I'm pretty sure, like, I had my suspicions. I was like, Penelope seems like she'd be the type of person to do this. She goes unnoticed, and I think we learned, because she's the one that knows. She's really the only one that knows in this family, other than the two sisters and the dad. Like, this family and Marina's like the only one that knows the dish, the info. So I think it confirms that Penelope is Lady W. But no, Penelope talks to Marina. She's like, yo, they lied to you. This man, you know, he didn't say those mean things to you. And also, to be fair, Marina's like, he also hasn't written to me at all. Like, he's pretending I don't exist. Which could be true, or the mom could be hiding those letters. Who knows? But Marina's still fully on board. She's like, I'm going through with this. I'm going to trap this man in this life, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not only does she say, I'm still going to do it, she's like, Penelope, you're a child. Like, you are a naive little baby little B word. I'm a woman. I know more about life and Colin and everything than you do. And it's like, excuse me. Girl, Penelope and Colin have been friends for a long time. Pretty much as long as she's been friends with Eloise. Like, I think she knows a little bit more about Colin than you do. Like, you've been hanging out with Colin for, what, 2 weeks, maybe? She's known him for years. Step aside, Marina. like, get out of here. At which point, we learn that, well, she makes up with Eloise. She's obviously sad because, one, she just sent her printing press man to print some hot gossip about how Marina is with child. And she's probably upset about that because, one, she's ruining Marina's reputation, who she was friends with and close with. And that's obviously not an easy thing to do, but then she's also kind of like blowing Colin's life apart. And yeah, she's not having a good time, and I am very sad for her. But I think that is confirmation that Penelope is Lady Whistledown. You know, over the season we've kind of learned little bits and pieces here and there of like who it might be. I think the point that I kind of realized or cemented my guess of who it was is when Eloise was like, oh, I think she's a widow, because she gets invited to all these parties, but no one notices her. And I was like, ooh, who, like, it had to be someone that we know, right? And I was like, who gets invited to these parties, but no one notices? And I was like, boom, Penelope. Penelope is the only one who it could have been. And then, yeah, from then on, I was just like, no other people could have came into my mind. I was like, it's Penelope. And this, I believe, is confirmation of her, blowing that situation apart. She can't write about Daphne anymore because she's gone, so she's got to find something else. And these people are trying to run away together the next day to Scotland, but like, nope. Cancel those plans. Sucker. No. Overall, it was a good episode. Yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. You know, it wasn't as like I said earlier, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be in terms of the booty clapping. You know, fairly tame. You know, there was some breasticles shown in the episode, so XXX counts, I guess. Yeah. Overall, like, it was the episode of destruction of relationships is the theme of this episode, where these picture perfect building scaffolding supported by scaffolding, someone just knocked that out, and now they kind of came crumbling down. And they're gonna have to rebuild these relationships. And there's what, two episodes left? 7 and 8, Oceans Apart and After the Rain. So Oceans Apart probably is a play on words about, you know, the relationships. You know, all these characters are going to be so far apart in how they feel about each other. After the Rains, there's probably, okay, so that probably means there's going to be a huge fight in the next episode between some characters, because the Rains could be like drama, fighting type stuff, and then so After the Rains might mean about like what happens after everyone's mad at each other and possibly is happy again. I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to what is going to happen in the next few episodes. I wonder if Penelope is going to tell Eloise, you know, that she is Lady Whistledown, because I know that's something Eloise has been trying to figure out the whole time. You know, how's that going to change their dynamic? You know, I think there will be a positive outcome when it comes to Daphne and Simon. I think they'll be good by the end of the season. They'll have kids. It'll be great. Is Colin gonna realize that he's, you know, in love with Marina? Or not Marina, Penelope? Is he gonna realize that they're meant to be? Like, what's the dealio there? What's gonna happen with Anthony and his singer lady? Like, she bailed, right? Like, she left town. Isn't that what happened? There's lots of stuff that can still happen in the last 2 episodes. I believe this show is, I don't know if it's been officially renewed for a second season or not. I assume it will be, because what is 8 books or whatever that it's based off of, and it seems fairly popular on Netflix. So I assume if it hasn't already been renewed, that it will be renewed for more seasons. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff still to know. Thank you guys for being here. It means a lot. Sometimes my videos don't get a ton of views, and sometimes they do. Hopefully this one doesn't get blocked a month after it's uploaded, like episode 2 through 4 did. That was a bummer. I was at work, and I get an email from YouTube that's like, hey, your video's been blocked. And I'm like, what? And I looked, and it's like, after a manual review, copyright owner has blocked your video. And it's like episode 2, 3, and 4 all came in simultaneously. Didn't block episode 1 or 5 though, so that's interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to get those fixed. So if you're new to the channel and you're hoping to see my reactions to those episodes, they are currently blocked, but I am working to get them unblocked. If it gets denied though, I'll have to trim the reaction part out of that video and then just link it in the description. That's the best I can do in that situation, because if I appeal it and it gets denied, then I can get a strike on my channel, which is not fun. Yeah, but no, let me know, what did you guys think of this episode? What do you think of the dynamics and everything involved? Were you expecting Penelope to be Lady Whistledown? Was that like a surprise to you, or like, are you not sure that it's her? I think it's her. I'm pretty sure this was confirmation that it's her. But maybe not, because who would she have told? Yeah, pretty much anything. What do you think about this? What do you think about this episode? Yeah. Gang. I don't know what else to ask. If you had to give this monkey a name,
what would it be? That's what I thought of to ask, so that's how I'm gonna end it. Well, what is that monkey's name? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Comment whatever you want. Yeah, thank you for watching. Again, if you liked what you saw, whether it be my reaction, me, or the episode itself, please leave a like on the video. That means a ton to me. Subscribe if you want to see more of my reactions, specifically to the final 2 episodes or other shows that I'm watching. That means a lot as well. And then if you want to support me outside of YouTube, or if you just want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to my Patreon. It is linked in the description. There's a $3 option if you just are like, hey, I enjoy you. Here's a dollar. Or yeah. But be a little patient. Some people have been not so nice. You know, I try and get the full-length reactions up within a few days to a week after the YouTube highlight episode goes up. So but I do have a job and I'm in school, so my time isn't infinite. I do my best though. I'm trying to get those up in a timely fashion. Yeah, I think that's all I got. So thank you for watching again. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.